Welcome to our channel, where we uncover the most shocking mysteries. Shocking cases, dark conspiracies, and long-hidden truths, all will be revealed right here. Gene Hackman, a Hollywood legend, has he truly passed away? Or is this an elaborate deception? The FBI has just released a list of those behind a conspiracy that has shaken the world. Who is pulling the strings? Why has the truth been concealed for so long? Don't miss out. Hit subscribe now so you won't miss any updates on this case and the world's most mysterious stories.
Out if it was even safe for our officers to go in and process the scene and execute the warrant. They stated that it was safe. I don't have the details of exactly what they located or what they didn't locate. It was determined that it was safe. We had been going in and out of the house. I don't know if that affects, if there was a concentration of any.
The mysterious death of Hollywood legend Gene Hackman. The truth behind the natural causes claim. Gene Hackman, an immortal icon of Hollywood, passed away, leaving his fans in deep sorrow. He was not just a great actor, but a symbol of the golden decades in film history. When news of his passing broke, the world believed it was due to natural causes, a peaceful ending to a glorious life. But as deeper investigations unfolded, a series of irregularities began to surface, raising the question, how did Gene Hackman really die? At the scene, everything seemed too perfect. No signs of struggle, no traces suggesting outside interference. But when forensic experts examined the case more closely, they discovered small details that, at first glance, seemed insignificant. However, when pieced together, they painted a picture full of suspicion. Those close to Gene Hackman stated that just a day before his passing, he was still in great health, chatting happily, showing no signs of illness or weakness. This raised doubts. Did he really die of natural causes, or was there an unseen force at play? The media started digging deeper into Gene Hackman's final days. Some sources revealed that before his passing, he had mysterious meetings with influential figures. A circulated photo showed Hackman dining at an upscale restaurant with an unidentified group. Strangely, none of these individuals were willing to speak about the meeting afterward. Did he know something he wasn't supposed to? Was his death more than just a natural occurrence? Amid speculation, independent investigators also got involved. They searched for anomalies in his medical records, scrutinized his recent relationships, and many believed that a powerful force was trying to hide the truth. Questions kept arising. Why was the initial autopsy concluded so quickly? Why did Hackman's close associates hesitate when asked about his last days? Were they afraid of something? Gene Hackman's death is not just the loss of a legend, but also a mystery that the public cannot ignore. Hollywood has seen many similar cases where the truth was buried beneath elaborate cover-ups. Could this be one of those cases? Or are these just baseless conspiracy theories? The answer remains unclear, but one thing is certain. Fans deserve to know the truth. What do you think about this mysterious death? Leave a comment and follow us so you won't miss the latest updates. Shocking mystery: the strange death of Gene Hackman and his wife. What truth is being hidden? The death of Gene Hackman, Hollywood legend and two-time Oscar winner, and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, has left both the entertainment industry and fans in shock. The couple was found dead inside their Santa Fe home, where they had lived peacefully for years. While the police initially ruled it a case of natural causes, the details that later emerged painted a completely different picture. Their home showed signs of disturbance, furniture was overturned, prescription bottles were left open with no clear indication of who had taken them, and most bizarrely, their loyal dog, Zena, was locked inside a closet. These strange details have led many to question, was this truly a natural death? Or was it a carefully planned conspiracy? Neighbors living nearby revealed even more unsettling information. Some reported hearing unusual noises coming from the house on the night before Hackman's death. A loud thud, as if something heavy had fallen to the floor, was followed by hurried footsteps. Then sudden silence. No one knows what really happened inside those walls, but one particularly disturbing claim stands out. A witness reported seeing a shadowy figure leaving the area at dawn. That person was neither Hackman nor his wife. So, who was it? And why was this witness never mentioned in the official police report? The autopsy results only deepened the mystery. Forensic experts discovered traces of an unknown compound in both Hackman's and his wife's bodies, one that was not present in any of the medications they had been prescribed. This immediately ruled out the theory of an accidental overdose. Some toxicologists believe this could indicate a sophisticated, deliberate poisoning. If someone did murder them, what was the motive? Another suspicious detail is Hackman's recent activities before his death. Sources claim that just days before the tragedy, he had a secret meeting with a group of powerful figures in the entertainment and business industries. The exact nature of that meeting remains unclear, but rumors suggest Hackman may have stumbled upon a secret that could have shaken a major power structure. Could this be why he and his wife met such a tragic fate? Did someone want to silence him forever? The circumstances surrounding Gene Hackman's death remain shrouded in mystery. Is the truth being hidden? Was this just a tragic coincidence? Or a meticulously orchestrated assassination? And most importantly, who is behind it all? The internet is buzzing with theories, but so far, no definitive answers have surfaced. What do you think about this case? Share your thoughts and follow us for the latest updates on this shocking incident. FBI launches investigation into Gene Hackman's death. The case grows more complex. The death of Hollywood legend Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, initially appeared to be a natural occurrence. However, new findings have made the case more intriguing and suspicious than ever. The FBI has officially launched an investigation after toxicology reports revealed a significant amount of sedatives in both of their systems. The strange part? Hackman had no history of using such medication, and Betsy's prescription did not match the substances found in her body. This is no longer just an ordinary passing. It could be a meticulously covered-up homicide. But who had the motive and the opportunity to commit such a crime? One of the most suspicious details uncovered by the FBI was a 17-minute phone call Hackman made on the night of his death. Who was he calling? Did the conversation have anything to do with his tragic demise? Records from the phone company showed that the number he dialed did not belong to anyone in his known contacts. Even more bizarrely, investigators found that the phone number was deactivated immediately after the call ended, as if it had been used only once before vanishing without a trace. Was Hackman trying to warn someone about a danger he sensed? Another shocking discovery was that the security system at the Hackman residence had been disabled at exactly 2:37 a.m., the estimated time of the incident. This was a state-of-the-art security system designed to prevent break-ins, and only someone with special access could have turned it off. Police found no signs of forced entry, suggesting that whoever was behind this either entered the house lawfully or had inside knowledge of the security system. The question remains, who had access to Hackman's security system, and why did it happen at the exact moment of his death? Additionally, an inside source revealed that Hackman might have known something he wasn't supposed to. In the final weeks of his life, he reportedly attended several meetings with high-profile figures in the entertainment industry. Some sources even claim he had stumbled upon an explosive secret and was contemplating exposing it. Could it be that someone feared Hackman would speak out, and the only way to silence him was to eliminate him permanently? The mysteries surrounding Gene Hackman's death have sent shockwaves through the public. Were these just coincidences? Or is there a sinister conspiracy being covered up? Will the FBI uncover the truth behind this case? Or will it remain buried in the shadows forever? What do you think about these eerie details? Leave your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for the latest updates.
A little kind of okay.
That we had a ball doing that.
From The Firm and Unforgiven to Crimson Tide and Enemy of the State, Gene was a film legend who also bonded with his co-stars. Take one of his first friends in the business, fellow struggling actor and roommate, Dustin Hoffman.
We both were unemployed for 10 years, first 10 years.
Shocking truth. Pacemaker data reveals major discrepancy in Gene Hackman's death. The mystery surrounding the death of Hollywood legend. Gene Hackman has taken a baffling turn with a shocking new revelation. Data from Hackman's pacemaker suggests he may have died nearly a week before his body was discovered. This directly contradicts the initial police report, which stated that both Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, had passed away at the same time or within a short period of each other. If this data is accurate, it means someone deliberately concealed the true time of Hackman's death. But why? And who would have the means to do such a thing? Even more unsettling is that Betsy's condition tells a different story. According to the forensic examination, the decomposition of her body indicates she may have been alive for several days after Hackman had already passed. If true, this raises a chilling question. Was Betsy alone in that house, completely isolated, for days without anyone knowing? Did she realize that her husband had already died beside her? Or was she forced into silence, trapped by a terrifying truth? This grim scenario doesn't just suggest horror. It raises the possibility that Betsy became the second victim, silenced to cover up something even darker. Adding to the eerie nature of the case, investigators discovered that the food in the kitchen had remained untouched for days, and the home's security cameras had been disabled for an alarming period. Someone had tampered with the system. But why? If Hackman had died earlier than initially believed, who had been in control of the house in the days that followed? Was Betsy truly alone? Or was there someone else inside with her? These unsettling questions suggest that something far more sinister is at play than a simple homicide. Additionally, a neighbor reported seeing movement inside Hackman's house several days after he was supposedly dead. But was it really Betsy or someone else? If another person was indeed present in the home, who were they, and what was their purpose? This testimony, combined with the pacemaker data, has transformed the case from an unexplained death into what appears to be a carefully orchestrated plan with a specific objective. The contradictions and chilling inconsistencies surrounding Hackman's death have turned this case into one of Hollywood's most shocking mysteries. Is this all just a series of strange coincidences, or is a powerful force manipulating the truth? What do you think about these alarming details? Leave a comment and stay tuned for the latest updates.
That's the sort of reason why we do this, and we have this really growing field. I got into it during my training to become a pathologist. I was involved in a couple of cases where we were working up, potential starvation cases, different crimes against animals, and I really saw that there was a very limited amount of
The mystery of conflicting testimonies. Who is hiding the truth about Gene Hackman's death? In the days following the mysterious deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, the FBI began scrutinizing the statements of those involved. Most notably, Daniel and Barbara Lenahan, longtime close friends of the couple, claimed they had spoken to Betsy over the phone the night before the bodies were discovered. However, data from the phone carrier revealed that no calls were made from Betsy's number during that time. This contradiction immediately raised suspicion among investigators. Did they actually speak to Betsy, or was someone fabricating a story to mislead the investigation? It wasn't just the phone records that raised red flags. The FBI uncovered another suspicious detail in Daniel's testimony. He claimed to have sent Betsy a message that evening and received a short reply saying, "We're fine, don't worry." However, upon closer inspection, investigators found that this message was not sent from Betsy's device. Furthermore, the writing style did not match how Betsy typically texted. This led to a chilling possibility. At the time the message was sent, Betsy may have already been dead, and someone else had used her phone to create the illusion that she was still alive. But if that were true, who was behind it? And what was their real objective? The suspicions deepened when FBI analysts examined the location data of Daniel and Barbara. They claimed to have been at home all evening, never leaving their residence. But GPS data from Daniel's phone told a different story. It showed that his device had moved near Hackman's estate at around 3 a.m. and then quickly left after just 15 minutes. This time frame coincided with the period when the home's security system was mysteriously disabled. Was this just a coincidence, or was something far more sinister at play? Why was Daniel near the crime scene at such a crucial moment? Beyond the inconsistencies in witness statements, the crime scene itself presented eerie irregularities. Several household items were disturbed in a way that didn't resemble a burglary, but rather an intentional effort to stage a chaotic scene. Most notably, in the bedroom, Betsy's personal journal was missing. According to those who knew her well, she regularly documented her thoughts and important events in this notebook. If someone had taken it, it likely contained information they didn't want exposed. But who had a reason to steal it? And, more importantly, what were they trying to hide? As the FBI delves deeper into the case, every clue seems to point toward a disturbing conclusion. This was not a natural death. Conflicting testimonies, unexplained movements near the crime scene, and a carefully manipulated crime scene all suggest that a calculated scheme was behind Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's deaths. Is someone trying to manipulate the investigation? Who had the motive to conceal the truth? And most critically, what really happened in Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's final hours? This case remains shrouded in unanswered questions. Who do you think the real suspect is? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments.
Results could be weeks away.
I think we just found one deceased person inside a house.
The couple's bodies were found Wednesday by maintenance workers, and after a frantic call to 911, county fire and sheriff's deputies descended on this Santa Fe residence.
Are they moving at all?
No, dude, they're not moving. Just send somebody out here really quick.
Much of the investigation is happening just up this road behind gates and a guard in an affluent neighborhood where homes are separated by acres of land. That's where Hackman and his wife chose to live, decidedly.
Has completely changed the course of the case. Banking records reveal that in the 2 months leading up to Hackman's death, hundreds of thousands of dollars were withdrawn from his account. These funds were not used for any of Hackman or Betsy's usual transactions, but were instead transferred to a mysterious account linked to Daniel Lenahan, Hackman's longtime friend. Was this just a coincidence, or was Lenahan hiding something more sinister? Investigators reviewed Hackman's financial history and found that he was meticulous with his spending. He rarely made large transactions without a clear reason. However, these withdrawals happened repeatedly, with increasing amounts of money each time. Even more suspiciously, the transactions were made from an unknown device at a location far from where Hackman usually conducted his business. Could someone have gained access to his account without his consent? And if so, who was behind these suspicious financial moves? When the FBI traced the money trail, they discovered that the receiving account was directly connected to Daniel Lenihan. This revelation sent shockwaves through the case, as Lenihan had always portrayed himself as one of Hackman's closest friends, someone who had stood by him in his final years. But banking records don't lie. Just days before Hackman's death, a large sum of money had been deposited into an account controlled by Lenihan. When questioned, Lenihan gave an unconvincing explanation, claiming that Hackman had gifted him the money to invest in a business venture. However, the FBI found no documentation to support this claim. Even more troubling, Hackman had never shown any interest in investing in the industry Lenihan mentioned. Another detail made the case even more suspicious. After Hackman's death, Lenihan attempted to withdraw an even larger sum from the remaining balance in his account. However, the bank flagged the transaction as unusual and blocked it. If Hackman had willingly transferred money to Lenihan, why would Lenihan feel the need to withdraw more after his passing? This raised serious questions about Lenihan's true motives and whether Hackman had been aware of these transactions, or if he had been coerced or manipulated in some way. These suspicious financial activities have taken the case in an entirely new direction. This is no longer just a mysterious death. It may be the result of a carefully orchestrated scheme. Was Hackman being exploited? Was his death part of a larger cover-up? And most importantly, who is the true mastermind behind all of this? Could Daniel Lenihan be directly involved in Hackman's death? Or is there a more powerful force pulling the strings behind the scenes? The truth remains shrouded in mystery. Who do you think is the prime suspect? Share your theories in the comments.
Arakawa sent shockwaves through both the entertainment industry and Santa Fe. Hackman, despite having retired in 2004, remained a beloved figure in Hollywood, respected for his incredible range and dedication. His performances in films like The French Connection and Unforgiven, both of which earned him Academy Awards, had cemented his legacy. Arakawa, though less publicly known, was respected as a talented classical pianist. The couple...
Mystery of Virus H. Was Betsy poisoned, or just an unusual coincidence? When the autopsy results of Betsy Arakawa were released, both investigators and the public were left in shock. Her cause of death wasn't due to natural causes or any known chronic illness. Instead, forensic experts discovered that she had been infected with virus H, a highly rare virus capable of causing severe organ failure and rapid death. Even more suspicious, this virus does not easily spread under natural conditions, raising a critical question. Was Betsy deliberately infected? Another alarming detail was that Betsy's condition was entirely different from Gene Hackman's. Data from Hackman's pacemaker suggested he had been dead for nearly a week before his body was discovered, while Betsy appeared to have survived for several more days. This chilling discrepancy led to a disturbing theory. Did Betsy witness her husband's death and then become the target of a sophisticated murder, one carried out using a deadly virus? If so, who had the motive? And more importantly, why use such an unusual method instead of something more conventional? FBI agents quickly launched an investigation into the origin of virus H. Betsy's medical records showed no travel history to any regions known for outbreaks of this virus. Additionally, none of her friends, relatives, or household staff had contracted the illness. This strongly supported the theory that her infection was not accidental but intentionally introduced into her system. But how? Upon closer examination of Betsy's personal belongings, forensic teams discovered traces of virus H on a teacup left in her bedroom. This revelation turned the case into an even more intricate mystery. The teacup may have been the delivery method used to introduce the virus into her body. But who prepared the tea? Did anyone else come into contact with it? And most crucially, was Betsy aware that she had consumed something potentially lethal? These findings led the FBI to a broader suspicion. Could someone have staged the deaths of both Hackman and Betsy to conceal a deeper, more sinister secret? When investigators linked this detail to the suspicious financial transactions involving Daniel Lenihan, the case seemed to spiral into an increasingly complex web of conspiracy. Was Hackman's death connected to Betsy's virus infection? Or were these two separate incidents orchestrated by an unseen force? The FBI is continuing its investigation to uncover the truth behind these baffling events. But what do you think about Virus H? Was this a deliberate poisoning or just an eerie coincidence? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Seen near Hackman's wife's body. The warrant stated that there were, quote, no obvious signs of a gas leak, and that was an earlier conjecture that perhaps they passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, Santa Fe County Sheriff Mendoza confirmed with Fox News Digital separately that the gas company and fire department additionally responded to make sure there were no toxic fumes that would endanger the deputies during their search. And the New Mexico Gas Company is working with the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department in this investigation.
Virus H, a hidden bioweapon in the Hackman case? As the FBI continued expanding its investigation into the mysterious deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, a shocking discovery sent the case in an entirely new direction. Xena, the loyal dog the Hackmans had owned for years, was also found to be infected with Virus H, the same rare virus that had killed Betsy. This chilling revelation raised a terrifying possibility. Could this be a murder carried out using a biological weapon, a sophisticated method designed to obscure the perpetrator and make the deaths appear as mere coincidences? Previously, the FBI had considered the possibility that Betsy's infection was accidental, perhaps caused by contaminated food or exposure to an unidentified source. However, forensic scientists found traces of Virus H in Xena's bloodstream as well. Even more concerning, Xena's symptoms emerged almost simultaneously with Betsy's. This led to a critical question. How did both Betsy and Xena contract the virus at the same time? If Virus H was capable of killing quickly, why had Betsy survived for several days after Hackman's death? In an effort to trace the source of the infection, FBI agents conducted a thorough search of the Hackman residence. Betsy's personal belongings were carefully examined, including the teacup she had used before her death. But an even more alarming clue surfaced. The virus was also detected in Xena's food bowl. This suggested that the perpetrator may have deliberately introduced the virus into the food or drink consumed by both Betsy and the dog. But, with a virus as rare as this, how could the killer have obtained it? Investigators began considering a terrifying possibility. Could someone have intentionally used Virus H as a biological weapon to kill the Hackmans? Virus H was an obscure strain, not commonly found in nature. In fact, it had only ever been documented in classified biological research, with access restricted to high-security laboratories. Could this be a calculated murder using an undetectable method to evade law enforcement? Another suspicious detail further convinced the FBI that this was a well-orchestrated scheme. The Hackman's home security system had been disabled at precisely 2:37 a.m., the very night the crime took place. This meant that someone had infiltrated the house undetected, possibly to plant or disperse the virus without leaving any trace. If that was the case, was this the work of a highly skilled assassin, or was there a larger organization behind it? At this point, the case had gone far beyond a standard homicide investigation. It now appeared to be linked to a dangerous criminal network, possibly even a high-level conspiracy. But the most pressing questions remained unanswered. Who was behind this? And why were Gene Hackman and Betsy targeted? What do you think about this latest development? Could this be a deliberate act of bioterrorism disguised as an ordinary murder? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Your support is the greatest motivation that keeps us going as we continue to explore and share untold stories about Hollywood legends. You are an essential part of this journey, and we deeply appreciate that. Let's continue to uncover unsolved mysteries and dive into the shocking secrets of the entertainment world together. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any exclusive videos. Once again, thank you so much for your support. See you in the next videos.